pro level anyways. So, you're right. No excuses for iBUYPOWER. I'm going to go with 16 to 12 iBUYPOWER.
Okay, that's where I thought you were going to leaning. I think iBUYPOWER is going to be a little more ruthless than that. I think they're going to be coming here with something to prove and showing that one loss was a fluke. I think it's going to be something more to the tune of like 16-8, 16-9, but with the way Exodus was shooting, I think there's a very solid chance I'm going to be eating my words.
Indeed. But it's all going to hinge on the performances of Desi and probably XP3 as he came up pretty big in that previous game.
If he can lock down mid with the op when they get guns in their hands, that could be really dangerous. And he can also, oh my god,
Swag doing what Swag does. Coming out of balcony with the headshot from the high ground on a storm.
And he just falls right back, just like that. He's like, oh, just showing my face for a second, and then I'm gone. I'm regrouping with my team.
Hey guys, I'm Swag, and I just stole your head.
Yeah, they're really playing this round slowly. They're all grouped up by the brackets. They don't want to give Exodus any more traction now, especially since they have this early advantage. It would be a shame if they got too antsy and pushed their way into a crossfire or any kind of trap. So they're going to be taking it very slowly now with 40 seconds on the clock.
And you got to think that Exodus is going to play psychologically different here against iBUYPOWER than they did against Global Gaming. I mean, I would assume they feel more confident playing against Global Gaming as Desi just completely decapitates Hayes. But Skadoodle with the drop headshot on a TM as Steel picks up one on Desi. So they don't have the bomb planted, but they have the complete control of the A site as it's only XP3 and Warden still alive for Exodus. Excuse me, XP3 loses his life to AZK. It's now up to Warden, and he gets decapitated by Steel. That's a 2K for him. The only person without a frag on iBUYPOWER is Dazed, who was the only one to die. So on the board first, IBP up 1-0.
Yeah, it seems like iBUYPOWER is bringing their certified iBUYPOWER really good aim by hitting a bunch of really nice pistol shots. One from Swag in the apartments, Steel making it happen. Well, I think he had the P250, right? Just doing damage. Really, all of them being effective with the pistols, and were clearly communicating the entire way. Had a thorough plan, knew exactly what they were going to do, knew who was watching what, and took that site really well as a team. So I think if this is the iBUYPOWER we're going to be seeing all game, I think it might be a very quick game for Exodus. But as we know, Exodus has a few tricks up their sleeve.
Yeah, and perhaps this is the iBUYPOWER we're used to seeing, not the one we saw
the other night
against. That was an ugly battle between Dazed and Desi, but Dazed coming out on top as Swag with the lurk shot into the back of TM, and it's just a massacre. Warden, last one alive. He's got the pistol and strain it over the B side as iBUYPOWER has complete control of A. They'll get the bomb plant. Warden just gonna try to pick up a frag and drop a gun if he can do so. He's gonna actually walk through the smoke. Hope that they're not looking at it, as sometimes players will do. Skadoodle is there, and he wins the pistol battle. It'll be 2-0 iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, not losing a single player that round, super important. Holding on to all of the rifles. I don't think Exodus is going to be in a position to do that same kind of surprise buy this round. And with the slow reaction out of spawn, it seems like they are... Oh man, they are going to do it. They are buying up FAMAS's. Late in the freeze time, an M4 on Desi, armor across the board, and FAMAS's across the board. One flash grenade and one decoy grenade total. That's it. That's all the nades that Exodus has. So they need to make these early frags work for them. Skadoodle going to be boosting onto a head and peeking car, but no, he's not going to find anyone there. Both players are in the B site. Is your mic muted?
It is muted. Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say this is them going out on a limb. Is Exodus? I mean, this is a heavy investment against a team that's, let's be honest, it's a higher caliber than Global Gaming. If it pays off, I don't know. This could be the new Exodus meta. We've seen Complexity, now Cloud9, make their bones off of the force buys that seem to just consistently work for them because they are such good shots, and if they don't win the rounds outright, they at least get their frags out on it. But Exodus opting for this curious force buy here in the third round after losing the first two. Let's see how it fares for him.
I just don't see iBUYPOWER falling for the same trick that Global Gaming did.
I certainly do not, as it's really going to come down to the gun skill. His team actually gets AZK. Oh! Swag, again, doing what Swag does with a headshot on a team. They're winning the early gun battles, and XP3 and Warden, once again, the last ones remaining. They have FAMAS in their hands. Steel and Skadoodle extremely wounded. But Skadoodle, it doesn't matter. He's able to pick up the op shot onto Warden, and it's now up to XP3, who it looks like he's just going to try to save his gun, which I think is a smart play, because they are definitely going to have to save this next round. They have no money left after that investment.
Absolutely. Skadoodle that round hit 2 really, really nice op shots, just really showing that, you know, he's going to be the alpha male in the mid and long parts of the map. So watch out for him. I'm sure he's going to continue to bring the heat with the op. They're currently hunting down XP3, but it doesn't look like they're going to find him. That force buy is really going to set Exodus back. I mean, holding on to that FAMAS is important. You know, it's going to be really their only hope for winning this Eco round, assuming they don't buy any CZs. So I hope for XP3's sake he puts himself in a position where he can make that work for him. I'm pretty sure I mean, they have to know. iBUYPOWER has to know that XP3 saved that gun. There's no way that they didn't, you know, realize that. They played Counter-Strike for enough to definitely realize that he's going to have that gun. So, and I wonder if they've, you know, basically kept track of where all the Exodus players are playing. Although he is actually going to be cycling back to A. That's what I was going to say I was interested in him doing. Moving up his position, putting the FAMAS in a spot where iBUYPOWER might not expect it, because that's really the only way I see it being successful.
Yeah, that's a great point, because you know that these guys are next level with their intel of the guys.
Oh
Desi,
my God.
are you kidding me? Just steps up in alt mid at the haystacks and decapitates Dazed at the balcony area with his USP. So the early frag going to Exodus on the eco, save for XP3's saved FAMAS. And I think, like you said, Exodus likely knew that iBUYPOWER would dial in to where XP3 had been playing in the previous 2 rounds, the fact that he saved that gun, and would likely want to go away from that to play to their gun advantages. Desi again looking to get some sprays through the smoke, but AZK winning that battle with his AK. He drops Desi off the field of play. It's now evened up 4-on-4, and it looks like iBUYPOWER going to try to take the A site. TM can't land that shot, flashed as Swag with a piercing headshot. But look at Storm. He's actually picking up one onto Steel, and off the backs of the fragging, iBUYPOWER up 4-0. So we'll likely see a gun round with the next one.
Yes, finally a full gun round versus a full gun round. Our first of the game. iBUYPOWER has yet to go B at all this game. It seems like their play has just been to wait until they find their picks, which have pretty much exclusively been at A thus far in the game, and then continue to take it slow. Don't get too greedy after they get those picks. Stay grouped up, work off of each other, and just keep inching your way forward through Exodus, finding the individual frags, and eventually they're just there in position to smother the remaining Exodus players. So really a dominant showing from iBUYPOWER on their terror side thus far, but this is Exodus's first real chance to shut them down with guns and nades and actual head armor and everything. So.
And this is a round they really want to win, because you take a look at the money investment, Desi getting the opening frag. That's a great start by them on to Steel. But they've got no money to speak of after this round if they do not win it. And the fact that they're already down 4-0 here on CT side will not bode well if they go down 5-0 and likely have to save potentially twice against a team like iBUYPOWER. You need to start stringing together some rounds here, break their economy. They don't have a ton of money. Although Swag up to 8,400 and they've got a couple at 5K. But if you lose this round, they will start banking. As Swag picks up the headshot on the TM, but Desi, a headshot of his own on the Dazed. Swag gets a second on to Desi. As now they're going to get the plant off, and it's up to XP3 and Warden. And it's looking like iBUYPOWER really favoring the ace bomb site and forcing XP3 and Warden to rotate from B. And of course, they haven't been all that successful with their retakes. As you see, iBUYPOWER is up 4-0 right now. So watching from XP3 coming through the smoke, just spamming, hoping to catch. Oh, that headshot on to AZK. Very nicely done. He's going to pick up the one-shot AK. As Warden drops Swag, so it's all on Skadoodle. Can he hold the site and the bomb? And it's up to him and XP3. And of course, XP3 is going to... He's going to have to save. He doesn't have a kit. Well, he does have a kit, actually, but ran out of time, so iBUYPOWER going to be up 5-0, and Exodus, man, they're going to have to save again.
Yeah, I mean, Desi has been in a good position to do, you know, the majority of the fragging for his team, which he is doing. He is currently sitting at a kill death of 4 and 5, but the rest of his teammates aren't really holding up their end of the bargain, really. I mean, you mentioned that the players that are playing B haven't really seen any action, haven't had a take of their own for them to even, shut a rush down. So it makes sense why they only have, they're 1-5 or 1-3 on XP3. But the teammates that are around Desi need to, for lack of a better term, just pick up the slack a little bit. It could be attributed to a lot of things, including Desi dying fairly early in most of the takes. But he is outputting damage, so until anyone else is outputting damage, he really has that main claim.
Absolutely. As despite what I said, Exodus decided to force buy on that round. I think it's probably the smart play. They do have an AK on XP3, and they've got a couple of kits, full head armor for 3 of them, and just chest armor for Warden and TM. A little bit of nades to work with. This time it's looking like iBUYPOWER again favoring the A site. They haven't really even contested B. And I'm not sure if that's a personnel matchup or if iBUYPOWER just feels more comfortable working A on this map.
Well, they definitely seem comfortable at A.
Absolutely, as XP3 has already rotated from B. And this is the difference we haven't seen from Exodus yet. They really rotate, but it only results in 1 kill on the Skadoodle as AZK and Steel combine to get 1 apiece. Storm, kind of threading the needle through that sliver of smoke, is able to get a frag himself. But once again, oh my goodness, in the site is TM. But Swag says, hey man, I will get that trade out. It's now 2-on-1. It's Warden on the retake. Up against Steel and Swag, both full health. Swag is in the pit, and that's all she wrote. Swag with a headshot on Warden at 6-0 for iBUYPOWER.
Swag is actually sitting at a kill death of 11-1 right now, so he is really getting it done right now. iBUYPOWER just... They seem very meticulous with their play. I mean, I feel like you never see them overextend. They're always exactly in the right positions to be getting kills, gathering information, or trading off their teammates who are getting killed. It seems like they just refuse to give Exodus any bit of leeway. And they've just been, very slowly moving their way through the A bomb site. Desi getting caught out early in mid as the rest of his teammates are saving. And AZK going down to a very quick CZ shot by XP3. Let's see if anyone can recover that rifle.
Yeah, Warden's going to try to push up, but look... Oh, are you kidding me? Skadoodle gets dropped by Warden CZ. Wow, he didn't even need that damage from TM. He gets him with the headshot, and he will pick up that... I think he got the op, did he? No, he just gets the AK. But my goodness, that's a huge frag from Warden there on a Skadoodle.
Finally, they have the upper hand on iBUYPOWER. I think this is the first time in the game that they've had, some map control advantage, definitely a player count advantage. If they're going to lock up a win and break the streak of iBUYPOWER, this is the round to do it.
Yeah, they need to get something going right now, and winning on an eco is absolutely a good start for them, because not only does it get them on the board, but it builds them some confidence. It says, hey guys, if we can win without guns against these guys, surely we can string together some gun rounds. As it's a 4-on-3 scenario, they do still have the bomb to iBUYPOWER, and that shot from Swag connects on to XP3. Daze is trying to work up into the A site, and again, iBUYPOWER really favoring the A bomb site. Warden and TM, the last men alive, as TM connects onto Daze. It's a 2-on-2 as the bomb gets planted. TM is going to wait for his teammate to rotate Warden from Arches. They're going to go up against Swag and Steel as they both combine for a frag apiece. It'll be 7-0 for iBUYPOWER, and that was a nice attempt by Exodus on the eco, just not quite.
Yes, continuing to keep the pressure up is iBUYPOWER. Exodus once again in a situation where they are going to be buying for it. And iBUYPOWER just playing such a smothering playstyle on those players at A. I could definitely see that. I mean, I see it being frustrating for both sides of Exodus. The players that are getting crept up on at A and taken down systematically pretty much every round. It must be really frustrating. And then to have, well, Skadoodle picking mid and getting a frag early this round, but to have to rotate and, almost always find, an instant death or a retake that's pretty much impossible because they're their teammate's side. I can see it being frustrating for everyone on the CT side. And iBUYPOWER just real vanilla with their play. They just haven't done anything crazy yet. And oh man, did you see that? Desi actually lost his M4. He threw his M4 on the roof of the patio.
I think I actually did see that.
Yeah, he went to throw the M4 away so he could grab the op just as the op got blown away. So he's actually been reduced to just a pistol this round. I don't think I've ever seen that actually happen before.
That's a rare mistake by Desi, and just one of those random CSGO moments that you just don't see very often. Is it looks like, again, iBUYPOWER working the A site. I mean, they're not going to mess with what's working. I mean, they haven't been able to stop him, has Exertus, so why would iBUYPOWER switch things up, as now it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Exertus, and they've got guns save for Desi, who, like you mentioned later, lost his M4 by throwing it on the roof above porch.
He'll be punished for it, too.
As Steele picks up the shot on the Desi. Just as we mentioned that, Skadoodle, rare miss with the op shot as Swag is lurking from... Oh, no, he didn't connect. Okay,
wow,
you thought he was dead at first. It finally finishes him off as Skadoodle connects. Swag with the headshot on the Warden, and there you go. iBUYPOWER up 8-0. Exertus just does not have an answer for this kind of firepower.
No, Swag is iBUYPOWER's Desi of this game, currently sitting at a score now of 16-1. Just playing the apartment so effectively. We saw him be able to get the entry frag on the pistol round, and we've also seen him, just like that round, play a support role from there, creeping around there, supporting Skadoodle with the op in his hands by dropping on top of the pick guy who had no idea that he was there. Really just textbook play from iBUYPOWER all over the place. They've just found success in everything they've done.
Yeah, which is really surprising, given how good we saw Exertus play in their previous matchup on Dust 2, and certainly making me eat my prediction thus far. I did predict iBUYPOWER, but I thought it would be close, and right now it's looking anything but, as Storm, with a wallbang through dark, picks up the frag on the Daze. So again, Exertus getting the early frag, but it hasn't seemed to matter for iBUYPOWER. They certainly don't feel uncomfortable playing from behind when they have the kind of firepower in the likes of Swag and Skadoodle. Really, any of these guys are capable of going off at any time.
It looks like they're throwing nades to commit to A. They have no interest in using the B-bomb site at all.
It almost seems like maybe... I guess Exertus is just too afraid that at some point the one round they decide to stack A, iBUYPOWER will go B.
Yeah, if iBUYPOWER goes A every round this half, I will be shocked. Eventually they have to go B. I mean, they have to. That's just... Unless they're doing some kind of, like, you know, Gladiator A-only challenge or something like that. They have to go B
at some point. Internal clan achievement.
Yeah, they're even getting, or they being extras, or even finding picks at A, and still Desi has no idea where he should be. They still have that thought of B in the back of their head.
And look at that, they're going to almost getting the plant off with Storm, stopping Skadoodle in his tracks as Swag picks up the bomb, can't connect with that spray down, and Exertus finally getting on the board there as they stacked A early with 4 men. So just as we said, you know, they keep going at A. It seems like Exertus is all right, folks. Hopefully that sorted things out. I do apologize again. We're here in the second half of Exertus versus iBUYPOWER here on Inferno. And it's the pistol round. Already, it's a massacre. It's all down to Swag and Dazed. Excuse me, it's just Swag, the number 9 man. Exertus needing this pistol round desperately to give themselves a chance in the second half, and they're doing just that. They get the bomb planted over on the A side. Swag does have a kit, though, and his trusty P2000. Let's see if he can work some magic here. He cannot. He gets one on the Storm, but Desi drops him with a headshot of his own. So here in the second half, Exertus getting on the board. It's 12-4.
With a round win to close out the first half to make it 12-3, and this opening pistol round, it seems like Exertus might be starting to hit their stride a little bit, starting to find the range they need, find the setups they need to take down iBUYPOWER. Pistol rounds can really be a toss-up in this game, and sending their players aggressively up mid to find those opening picks seemed like a good strategy for Exertus. So let's see if they will be able to hold on and win the next 2 pistol rounds. It looks like upgraded pistols across the board, a 5.7 on AZK and Dazed, a CZ on Steel and Skadoodle, but the big news really is the Mag 7 on Swag.
And it's looking like another massacre of iBUYPOWER, as once again Swag is the last man standing. And he's got that Swag 7 in his hand.
Oh, wow, TM just looked away at the wrong time.
And Swag executes him with a side shot. And he's going to pick up that Galil, which gives himself a little bit more of a chance against XB3 and Storm. Although they both have head armor and AKs. Swag still has 100 HP, so this is doable by him. Let's see how it goes.
I was going to say a quick pick of XP3 in the round is very winnable, but I doubt XP3 is going to be making a peak. There's no real reason for him to, as they know that Swag was at one point around the Arch area, but now they're getting a little antsy. Storm actually was putting his back to Swag for a second, but putting himself, now putting his back against a wall, so good choice by him.
And here comes Swag. He's going to lurk out of the cubby area. Cannot find the shot onto Storm. The AK rings true for him, so Exodus will get on the board again. It's now 12-5. A good start to the second half for them.
Yeah, just continuing to put round wins on the board. iBUYPOWER spent really so long dominating that first half that we never really got to see Exodus do what they do. Even the round wins they had seemed like they came down to it, or they never really had any huge, decisive kind of blender rounds against iBUYPOWER. So the fact that they're winning rounds must feel good, and you know they're going to be wary of the buy from iBUYPOWER now. I mean, we've seen them do it twice thus far in 2 games, the lose 2 rounds and then buy strat. We saw them do it in 2 games, and we saw Global Gaming try to answer with that strategy. So iBUYPOWER not using the strategy, but still finding success with the CZ early on.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER on a rare save. We haven't seen much of that so far in this game. Hopefully Exodus can take advantage of this, but Dazed with that peak shot from Arch side onto XP3. It's very nicely done by him. But Warden is actually able to drop AZK on the rotate and getting the plant off. Well, actually, they almost got the plant off, but it looks like Warden and Storm will try to hold off Swag and Dazed. The bomb is planted at the B side. It's 2-on-2. Neither have a kit, do Dazed or Swag. It's all up to Dazed and his CZ up against Warden and Storm. Galil and AK respectively. Let's see what he can do. He's just kind of lurking in the smoke here in CT spawn. He's going to come out, and Warden mows him down with his Galil. So Exodus got 3 rounds in a row to start the second half.
Yes, but iBUYPOWER didn't really make it easy for Exodus, taking down 3 players in the process and taking rifles out of their hands, forcing them to rebuy. We're going to see guns up across the board this round for iBUYPOWER. Their first chance to really to clamp down on Exodus and turn what was a dominating first half performance into a game win. And it looks like we're going to see an op on Skadoodle as we are. As we see fairly often, but no scopes in response on Exodus.
Yeah, let's see what Skadoodle can do with. I mean, he can make some magic. He is stellar with that op in his hands. And you take a look at the defense by iBUYPOWER already rotating 4 men, well, 2 men from B over to the A site. And that's the thing that you see with iBUYPOWER. They seem to have some sort of clairvoyance. I mean, they gather intel as Dazed drops the bomb carrier on TM and Haystacks. See, they had the idea with the man pushed up car. I think that's the number 8 man Skadoodle with the op. They realized they're not coming B, so let's go ahead and go all in and send 2 men over to the A site. They're dropping the bomb with that early kill by Dazed. And Skadoodle can just bide his time there.
Yeah, the bomb drop right there just confirms that iBUYPOWER was right with their initial thought. So you got to assume they're definitely going to stick with it now.
And here comes the execute by Exodus. Warden connects on Swag, but Dazed is able to get the trade out, and XP3 drops Dazed. So that's a decent entry by Exodus, bringing it to a 3-on-3. Now a 3-on-2, but AZK with that headshot onto Storm, jumping out of balcony. It's now another 2-on-2 scenario, which could potentially favor Exodus, but unfortunately the 2 terrorists are now separated.
Oh, XP3 is selling that fake, shooting his AK to sell the fake, and now he's going to run away. It's up to who's that? Desi to plant the bomb. Yeah. Oh,
very nice.
No,
ran out of time, and iBUYPOWER wins the round. That was, man, it looked like it was just going to be perfectly executed by Exodus, and unfortunately Desi just miscalculated and couldn't get the bomb planted.
Yeah, they had lost track of Skadoodle and never saw or heard Skadoodle, so I guess they weren't exactly sure where he was. Because of that, Desi was being slightly overly cautious, and it cost him a round. It was just, only, what, a half a second shy of being able to get that bomb plant and what would have been a round win, but instead, iBUYPOWER gets really lucky, I guess. I mean, there's no way you can deny the luck there.
Yeah, seriously, I mean, it's just, it's a millisecond, just kind of a a miscalculation on the internal clock. Is Swag with that touchdown nade over the top into Banana on the TM. That's nicely done. So another good start by iBUYPOWER, despite the fact that Steel only has a CZ in his hand. What the heck is he looking at? But yeah, a missed opportunity by Exertus on that last round. Really unfortunate for them, as they had some serious momentum starting this second half. I mean, I think they were 3-0 in that round, brings them to 3-1 in the second half. So now, iBUYPOWER capitalizing on that win, bringing it to a 5-on-3 scenario, and Exodus looking to execute onto the B-bomb site. We're looking at Warden, who's dodging that flash. He's trying to get himself an angle onto the two defenders, but Daze just being ever patient at the sandwich first oranges area. iBUYPOWER hasn't lost a man. In fact, they didn't lose much damage until Storm gets that headshot on a Swag. Steel getting the trade out, only losing one on the round did iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and iBUYPOWER has plenty of money in the bank to recoup that one rifle, and Exodus doesn't. They're going to be forced on a save, just using whatever pistols they can scrounge for. I see Warden instantly buying a CZ XP3 following up, so they are going to be placed with their backs against the wall over a quarter of a second. I mean, that was really what spiraled this out of control. If Desi had that bomb plant, they were in such good positions that I'm sure they would have been able to lock down the win, but I mean, you know, Counter-Strike very often comes down to fractions of seconds, and right there, Desi was on the wrong end of it, and because of it, iBUYPOWER not only got that, you know, that instant advantage, but have used the whole mishap situation, their advantage, so well to string together a bunch of rounds.
Yeah, indeed, that split-second decision-making just did not go the way of Exertus that round, and of course this round, clearly the way of iBUYPOWER, although Steel and AZK on the doorstep of death. It's now one round away for iBUYPOWER for the win here against Exodus.
Yeah, and Exodus still isn't totally flush with cash. They have enough money to make this round happen, but in the event that they, you know, if they do win this round but they lose a lot of players in the process, they might not really be able to fully buy up next round. So they are fully invested, and they have to be. This is the last round. This is their last chance to step up against iBUYPOWER. Let's see if they can do it.
Yeah, here we go. They do have guns in their hands and a decent amount of nades. They all have head armor. They are in desperation mode in round 22 against iBUYPOWER, who has looked much better here in this matchup after that crushing loss to Netcode Guys in the previous round, or I guess last night against Netcode Guys. So reestablishing themselves as the top North American domestic team is iBUYPOWER here against Exertus, who was undefeated, or is undefeated, until this match is over.
Yes.
And here comes the execute onto the B site from Exertus, and Daze is trying to pick up a gimme spray kill, but it looks like they're actually going to try to rotate through CT spawn as Kadoodle picks up Warden, but TM getting the trade out on the Sky. It's now a 4-on-4 scenario with the bomb looking to execute onto the A site, but the stack on the porch side is able to bring down Desi, the big-time fragger. Here's TM coming through CT spawn. He's got to work a little bit faster and finally connects onto AZK, but he's the last man alive against Swag and Daze. He sees the bomb in front of him. He's not maybe he's going to opt to pick it up, but he doesn't really have any intel on where the other two CTs are. He's a little wary of planting. He's going to move into a safe position inside the site because he doesn't know if someone is porch side, but Dazed and Swag are both coming down Moto in front of the library, and here it comes. Can he hold him off? TM cannot. It'll be a defuse by iBUYPOWER. It'll be 16-6 for them. It'll be a victory by 10 rounds. Nicely done. And there's the celebratory balloons. Happy birthday, see ya.